Hey everybody, I wanted to give a clear message about my hearing awareness. Um, I have been challenging this for quite a while now, and as I want to give it a bit of impression, so to give it a big awareness in this area, that is the everyday challenge that I experience in my life, and as I have a amount of friends I have now, and the challenge is a little bit a lot of pressure. So I have a good bit of quick listing on information what could help in a two-way communication and to find an improvement and all that kind of stuff. Um, First of all, the symptom of the person in hearing loss, like the person who don't speak clearly because that is a reflection of the person hearing may not able to hear you clearly. Um, Also, these things repeated because the person don't hear it clearly and then had repeated. This is the general statement of everyday thing, but that might fall under more common for the people who really like to keep asking for repeat. Um, and they also respond in an unusual way in terms of that asking repeatedly or have all that topic information you're talking in the conversation, then it'll not be correlated or there be a pre-assumption on it, that we might find that person will be more likely to have a hearing loss with this way. Um, and also have difficulty following the conversation at the same time, and also talk too quietly and too loudly because the level of conversation is quite reflective. Um, there is some barriers and challenges on this. We're looking at the background noise because our hearing are not like adapted to multitasking of a noise in the environment because we are missing the information in our ear that we cannot process too many things at the same time. And the accent of the person, depending on what country you come from, um, the the visual face of the person when you're speaking to, it will be unlikely to gather information from your speech. So because the person with hearing loss that heavily relied on lip reading because of the shape of the articulation of speech. So that's why we find these people who heavily rely on using subtitle in television, film, and all of that kind of stuff because the kind the social scenario is changing a lot, and also the facial expression is the most challenging task. Um, really changing the facial expression, it got to really get confused. At the same time, we don't know what we are talking about, and that reflects on the facial expression. The three would be tips for you. Well, of course, we need a good light so that I can see that lip read with the person. Um, so trying to find an area that had minimal background noise, and using a person attention. Try to look at the attention of the person you're talking to. So turning in a way a lot is it got to mixed up the articulation of the speech, what is the way here, and so they have to keep it more stable in the conversation right up much of a basin. Um, at the same time, we speak clearly and normally. You know, sometimes social situation can be really exciting and the mood is changing a lot. So the way the speech rhythm is changed a lot in terms of like you are very happy and the talk is so like quickly and it's excited in the mood. But unfortunately it quite reflected the way that people hear. So I've been through this situation many times and it's actually changing very quickly and I couldn't get at what's going on. So at the same time, I wouldn't feel happy about it. Um, and also don't shout because that's me shouting quite a bit of aggressive communication there. um, the opposition and challenge in the two ways is um, where friends tend to forget about the strategy. It's happened over time. This usually happens when you know aware when the first time you meet that person, and then the first few times you start get used to it. But after the first few times, you tend to forget. It's usually a very big thing that's happening in this society. We think what in the reality. when a person think the conversing with somebody is actually like accurate, but unfortunately it's not. Um, and also it's not an awareness. Symptom that say what symptom of the person is hearing loss. Maybe that people don't understand of that awareness strategies around of these symptoms. So you are actually making a course of the issue because you're not aware, and not asserting in the communication. So we have a lot of passive people that are not able to contribute, acting, making sure someone that can hear. So, but it's also the people with hearing loss always make sure that we are assertive about letting you know that we're having trouble hearing what you said just then. Um, and there's a lot of assumptions around this area. So, for example, somebody think there is something wrong with this person because of the body language or the conversation pattern are illogical. So you're making an adjustment on that. This is the biggest influence in our society today, the way how people communicate with hearing loss, especially in the schools, workplace, and out in the public environment, and so on. It is just stuff what you think about it, all these problems. So, hopefully from this point at a time, it is able to help you to understand more in a more proactive way of awareness because hearing loss affects people 1 in 15 people in Australia and worldwide. So, there's nothing there's normal about in the communication. So if you think about it, nothing normal about it. That means you can try to make normal by using the understanding of these strategy, and then everybody will be comfortable on the same level. This is a great way to develop friendship, relationship, and working environment, safety, and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, that's all I want to say now. Have a good day.